today's video, I'd like to go ahead and give a thanks to Amino, today's video sponsor. Amino is an awesome app to connect with others who are into the same things you love. They even have a great NASCAR community with over 1,000 active NASCAR fans already using the app. You can read up on all the latest NASCAR news as it comes in, there are awesome interactive user-based chat rooms to stay involved in, and you can stay active with other members by making posts and taking polls. Who's the greatest of all time in number 9 car at Ray Evernham? Bill Elliott or Casey King? Bill. To get in on all the fun of the great new app Amino and the NASCAR community on there, just click the link in the description below or click the link in the pinned comment down below and you'll get in with me and lots of other great people in the community. You can even go on and create your own posts and unique polls and see how everyone else thinks about what you think. You can also log into your app store on either iOS or Android and search for the Amino app, then search for the NASCAR group within Amino and get in on all of the fun. You can also find me on the Amino app at DannyBTalks. Get in on the app, I'll be engaging with you, and feel free to send me a message on the app. Thanks again, Amino, for sponsoring today's episode. Now I'm going to go ahead and pass it along over to Cartoon Danny B as he brings you another rendition of 5 NASCAR drivers you forgot about. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. I didn't think I'd have to, but here I go. PewDiePie needs our help. Smash subscribe to PewDiePie to defeat T-Series. I have 3.3 thousand of the best NASCAR fans who can aid in the battle against T-Series, and Felix desperately needs our help. 1 like on the video means you helped PewDiePie. Every dislike means you are T-Series Nation and are a bad person. Now that we have that out of the way, it's time to list off 5 more NASCAR drivers whomst have left our memory over the years. I'm Danny B, hit subscribe, and let's go. Joe Ruttman. Born on October 28, 1944, Joe Ruttman's racing career in NASCAR spans across many series and years from as early as 1963 to as late as 2009. Ruttman was born in California and is the son of Ralph Butch Ruttman, who was an award-winning mechanic for top IndyCar teams, and he is the younger brother of former Indy 500 winner Troy Ruttman. While Troy found open-wheel success, Joe strived towards stock car fame. Now, while Joe has stats from ARCA and the K&N series, those actually came later on in life as he started off by making Cup Series starts in 1963. However, in 9 ARCA starts, Ruttman accounts for 1 win, 3 top 10s, which were all top 5s, and 2 pole awards, and he led for 186 laps. In his 5 career K&N series starts, he has 2 top 5s, 4 top 10s, 1 pole award, and he led 34 laps. Within the ranks of the Truck Series, Ruttman became one of the series' most earliest greats, finishing second in the point standings in the inaugural season of 1995. He'd go on to finish within the top 3 in points 3 more times, but was never the champion. After 172 truck races, he amassed 13 wins, 68 top 5s, 111 top 10s, 17 pole awards, and he led for 1,229 laps. Now, during Ruttman's career, he'd also run in 21 Xfinity Series races where he'd get his first and only win in just his first start at Dover, but other than this, he'd only see a total of 2 top 5s counting the win, and 5 top 10s with 51 laps led and an average finish of 24th place. Now, during his Cup Series career, he ran 225 races where he almost won a race at Richmond in 1982, but a late race power steering failure saw him hit the wall as Dave Marcus would go on to win that race. Now, fun fact, in 1981, when J.D. Stacy bought out Osterlund Racing's team, the driver they had, Dale Earnhardt, left to form a legendary bond with Richard Childress, and the guy who replaced Earnhardt in that car was in fact Joe Ruttman. Over the course of 22 years in the Cup Series, Ruttman saw 225 starts where he'd get 19 top 5s, 60 top 10s, 3 pole awards, and he led for 807 laps. His average finish in the Cup Series was 20th, and today, at the age of 74, he resides in Northport, Florida. Damon Lusk. I hope I said that right. I don't want to be that guy, but I know it's happened before. Born on September 18, 1977 from Kennewick, Washington, Lusk got his big break in racing in NASCAR in 1999 when he drove 3 races in the NASCAR Northwest Series in the AOL Kleenex car. He even managed to qualify second at Portland Speedway, and after those 3 starts, he captured the eye of former NASCAR driver Jimmy Spencer. Spencer would then go on to get Lusk a ride in number 12 AOL Chevy at Pikes Peak in the Busch Series, where he started dead last, but he worked his way to finish all but 8 laps and end the day in 34th place. After this, that is when Lusk's ARCA career began. Over 8 years in ARCA, Lusk ran in 53 races where he got 2 wins, 10 top 5s, 24 top 10s, 2 pole awards, and he led for 255 laps. Now, there were only 6 starts for him in the Truck Series, 1 in 2001 and 5 in 2006. However, that's all I can say. There are no top 10s or other stats. His average start was 27th and his average finish was 21st. Lusk would end up returning to the Busch Series, but he never ran full time. He would go on to compete in 17 races, but just like his truck career, he never got a top 10 or pole. He did lead for 4 laps, but his average start and finish was about 27th place. Finally, Lusk did attempt to qualify for 3 Cup Series races between 2004 and 2006, but alas, it never happened for him and he never made a start in the Cup Series. Rick Crawford. Let's just get to the point on this guy. He is a horrible person and he deserves to be forgotten about. Rick Crawford, if you're unfamiliar, ruined himself and his legacy as a pretty decent truck series driver when he was arrested for sexual misconduct with a 12-year-old girl. That is seriously messed up. On November 26, 2018, Crawford was sentenced to 130 months or almost 11 years in federal prison for his crimes, and he deserves it. All that there is to it. This trash person never should be remembered in NASCAR. He won 5 races in the Truck Series, and you know what? His career isn't worth my time to research and talk about anymore. I am literally wasting valuable editing time on him. Enjoy prison, Rick Crawford. Justin Lofton. Justin Lofton first began racing in mountain bikes and then he started racing late models. He didn't work his way into racing in the K&N Series, primarily in the West Series, where he'd see 26 career starts where he'd get 5 top 5 finishes, 11 top 5s, and he led for 89 laps. Holding an average finish of 12th place, it gave him the chance to move up and compete in ARCA, and in his second season in ARCA in 2009, Justin Lofton narrowly won the 2009 ARCA Series Championship over Parker Kligerman. With 2 years competing in ARCA, he'd run in 41 races where he'd score 7 wins, 18 top 5s, 24 top 10s, 7 pole awards, he led 1,141 laps, and of course he did win 1 championship. Then in 2010, he began his Truck Series career where he'd be most well-known driving with Red Horse Racing as well as Eddie Sharp Racing. Over 5 years racing in the Truck Series, Justin Lofton would make 84 starts where he'd score just 1 win at Charlotte in 2012. He'd also pick up a total of 11 top 5s, 30 top 10s, 2 pole awards, and he led for 215 laps. Now he was primarily a Truck Series driver, but he did make 4 starts within the Xfinity Series between 2009 and 2010 where his average finish was 24th place. After 2012, Justin Lofton announced he was scaling back his NASCAR efforts to compete primarily in Robbie Gordon's Stadium Super Truck Series, and he'd eventually leave NASCAR altogether for Super Trucks after 2014. Scott Wimmer. Now, unless you're this guy right here, Isaac Jekyll, better known as Wimmer TV on YouTube, and are the absolute biggest fan of Scott Wimmer, who only dreams of asking Bob Pockrass if he misses Scott Wimmer, then you probably didn't really notice him just disappear from NASCAR. Scott Wimmer, in my opinion, may have been most recognized for his role in 2 rides, one being his time in Bill Davis's number 22 Caterpillar Dodge in a Cup Series, and the other time driving with Richard Childress Racing's Holiday Inn car. Wimmer also made starts within a notable team of Junior Motorsports in the 5 car late in his career. Born January 26, 1976, Wimmer came from a racing family as his brother Chris Wimmer also made starts in the Busch Series. Wimmer also co-owned State Park Speedway in his native Wausau, Wisconsin. Wimmer first began racing in the NASCAR Midwest Series in 1998, in addition to racing in ASA and the USAR Pro Cup Series. In his 40 starts with USAR, he scored 2 wins, 4 top 5s, 16 top 10s, 1 pole award, and he led for 120 laps. His ASA career looked similar in just 20 starts with 2 wins, 4 top 5s, 6 top 10s, and 310 laps led. During his 7 starts in the NASCAR Midwest Series, he only recorded 1 top 10 finish and had an average finish of 18th place. By 2000 though, Wimmer began racing within the Busch Series and Cup Series. With 226 starts in the Busch Series, Wimmer got 6 career wins, 4 of which were in 2004. He scored 29 top 5s, 74 top 10s, 1 pole award, and he led for 690 laps. His last career win in this series came in 2008 at Nashville Super Speedway in Richard Childress' number 29 car. Now in 2007 and 2009, Scott Wimmer ran in 3 Truck Series races where his average finish would be 19th place. Now during Wimmer's 111 Cup Series starts, the closest he'd come to winning was his only top 5 when he finished 3rd place during the 2004 Daytona 500 won by Dale Earnhardt Jr. Wimmer would also only get a total of 3 top 10s and he led for 70 laps. His average finish in Cup was just 26th place. After 2011, Wimmer would stop competing in NASCAR, and since retiring, he became the mentor, coach, and spotter for up-and-coming and current Truck Series driver Cody Coughlin. And he would do this until they would part ways in 2017 when Coughlin joined 4Sport Racing and former driver Terry Cook took over in his position for Coughlin. Since this though, nothing much has been seen of Scott Wimmer in NASCAR. And that'll do it for another rendition of 5 NASCAR drivers you forgot about. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like on the video and drop a comment comment down below. Please follow me on Twitter at DannyBTalks, check out and subscribe to my gaming channel DannyBGames, and most importantly, if you're new to this channel, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to make sure you never miss another episode. Thanks so much for watching the video, and I hope you have a great day. Bye guys.